Hi everyone, I am excited to show you this Lighthearted Mandalas to Go book, which I have now completely finished. So I received it in October 2023 and I finished in October 2024. So that's rather exciting. It's taken me a year. There's 42 pictures to colour in total. I've written down here all the pencils I've used for the different pictures and the ones I've used colour cube cards for, so I can go through it with you in some detail and just explain what I've done for each page, which I thought might be interesting. I hope so. Let's come in a bit closer, put my lamp on. Now this first page I coloured when I received the book, and I did a flip through for you of the blank book, so you might want to go back and look at that if you want to know what it looks like uncoloured, in case you're thinking of getting the book and just want to see it that way. And I coloured this one with Arteza Premium pencils, as I say, back in October 2023, and I also did in the same month this picture, and I quite like this sort of Halloweeny type palette with its oranges and purples and things, which I guess I chose because of the time of year being October, as it is now, as it was then. And this is coloured with Polycolour pencils. And then I started the book for real, and the very first picture here I did using this colour cube card. Now just a quick explanation, the colour cube cards are from Sarah Renee Clark. You can only buy them directly from her website, so if you look her up you'll find them in her shop on her website, and I've used quite a lot of these through the book. As when I have a mandala type pictures, often I don't really know what to do with it, so it gives me a nice guide, and I rather like the colour combinations, which often give me something a little bit different to what I would normally pick. It stretches me a bit. So there is that one. And this one here I did with my Cores pencils. Quite simple, again, no colour cube for this one, but this one I wouldn't normally do blues with a yellow in, but there was the card, you see. So the card is still a bit of a challenge, even though it tells you what colours to use, because you have to decide where to put those colours. How much yellow do I use among all the blues? The very dark colour is just a little bit here. Now these were done with Brute Funa metallic pencils, so the dark is actually a sort of silver I used for the black. That's a bit different. And then this one was done with Yova pencils, which they come under several different brand names. Can't think of the brand name. Oops. And here is the colour cube card, which is this one. So you can see we've got a bit of yellow again with blues. They're very wintry themes at the moment. I just work through my colour cube card box in order normally, and happens to be these sort of wintry themes. And it was November when I was doing this one, so it sort of makes sense. And then this one, look at the colour with the yellows and the greys. Again, look. So this was done with Arteza Expert pencils, and this was December, so very wintry. I think what I did was I actually pulled out a few of my wintry cards to do at that time of year. You can see I felt like this looked like holly, so that's how I coloured this one, which I'm just looking polychromos. And then look at this is metallic pens. You can see them catching the light. I'm not sure which pens. Could be Sakura, actually. Looks like it. The only thing I found, I didn't get into the gap. I could have probably held it back, but when a book's quite new, it's not always easy to get into that spine there. Look at this one. This one. Greys colour cube card. This was done with Prismacolor. We're actually in January now, we did that one. And this one in February. This was done with a luminance pencil, just one. I tried one out. I got a luminance pencil, wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Played with it on this page. I don't think I've used it since. Wow, that was February. And in March did this one with this card. You can see I haven't completely matched that. You know, I just grab something that's really close. I don't try and worry about getting it exact. And that was done with Arteza Premium pencils. This one I really enjoyed doing. This is done with a Holbein, I think is the navy blue. I really wanted to have a go at getting some depth into that. It was such fun. This was done with pens. These are my husband's Winsor & Newton watercolour pens. They give quite a nice effect. They're similar, I think, to alcohol markers in that they don't leave too much of a liney thing, but they are so expensive. This one looks very Christmassy, doesn't it? There's the palette for that one. And this one was done with polychromos. Now this is Amazon paper, hence you can actually, it's quite toothy, but I don't mind the effect. This one was done with watercolour pencils. These were Castle Arts watercolour pencils that I got. I think I bought them actually with some vouchers. Can't remember. Now this is done with Black Widows. Now it's all a bit random. I'm pretty sure that I used it to test out some Black Widows that I was given. So I think it's probably, that's why it's such a big mix of colour. But I think it looks quite fun with all that randomness. Normally I would do them symmetrically. This one, another card, look at that, and coloured with Arteza Premium pencils. I use them quite a lot here because they just seem to match the colours on the colour cube cards quite well. I find Arteza really match well. Here we have again, yes, Arteza Premium again. It's a lovely card, isn't it? Pretty. This one I did with my ChromaFlow pencils. I had the tin of just 24 at the time. I'm now lucky enough to get more. So this, because this was back in June 24, and I just layered them up. I like making gold. I found it fairly straightforward to do that, and used the sort of reds and pinks and greens. Now this one was done with this card. This is Brute Funa metallic pencils, so just used metallics. Interesting, again quite Christmassy, isn't it? Again, pens. They, as you can see, they're not too liney, there's a little bit there, but they just look so flat. I'm sure if I'd gone over a few bits and darkened it, it might look better, but yeah, I'm just trying to use them up, to be honest. Next one was Polycolour pencils. There's a bit of pen on here as well. On the edges it's outlined in gold. And this one is done with Yova. I think these are the metallics, though they don't look particularly shiny. Those are also Yova, very much more vibrant in this sort of orange and reds. I haven't used my Yovas for a while, I must grab them out. This is, these are Sakura, the glitter pens. And this one was done with Bambino crayons, which are actually lovely, vibrant colours. Now we're back to colour cube cards again. This one here was done with polychromos. And this one is beautiful colours on this card. Look at that. Oh, I've got two there. Oh, that one. And that was also done with polychromos. Just looking carefully, checking I'm getting this right. I've gone to the trouble of writing it down. I need to make sure I get it right. This one's also polychromos, just a little bit of green. I actually used 2 shades of green in the end. No, actually I think I just pressed harder. I don't think I used 2 shades. And this one also with polychromos. Now all of these, if you watched my completed pages, you would have seen, but the rest of them, oh actually, and this one, which was I think that polychrome, I don't know what that is. I don't know. This one's on with metallic Poscas. This one says Stedler Design Journey. Oh yeah, I remember doing that one. Just used 4. Now these ones you won't have seen before because they will be in my completed pages for November, because although it's still October when I'm recording this video, I've already recorded my completed pages video. I tend to do it a bit in advance. So this one all of the rest of the book I used Artex pencils. I was finding they were just coming up with the right colours. I used 2 shades of green on this just to bring out some brightness. And this one is this card loop. Again, as I say, all Artex pencils. You say I've taken a bit of a artistic license with my greens. Yeah, I've got a bit of a lime green, but this one's a bit too minty. But I think it all worked. And again, it's just choosing where to put those pops of colour. And I made the grey look a bit silvery. And then this one, whoops, these are all using cards. So we've got a sort of the plum colour. It's on that one. I would never have used those colours. I never even ever used this sort of aubergine tone anyway. So it was good. This one. And you can't really see this is grey. It looks very white. So when I did the next one, which also had, oh no, the next one that had a grey, which wasn't this one, I used a darker shade of grey. This one I used a blue, you can see. I used some metallic pens for a bit of it because I didn't know what to do with the framing bits and these diagonals, so I used a gold and a blue. They're Staedtler metallics, are not very shiny, but I think they're supposed to be used on plastic and wood and things, not paper. But it doesn't matter. I just used them to make it look a little bit different. And this one, see there, this pale grey, on the back they call it white. But I used this grey here, so I used a darker one so it would show up. And then this one, oops, it's our penultimate one. It was very Halloweeny. I coloured this last night and this morning, and I felt how Halloweeny that palette was, even though it's a food photo. It just felt Halloweeny. It was great. It was good fun to do. Really big brights with those greys and blacks. It was not something that I would really pops out. It was not what I would normally do. And the last one, this design was a little bit different to all the rest, and this was the card. Mine isn't quite such delicate shades because I just stuck with the Artex that I had, so I just picked the shades of pink, and it goes quite raspberry rather than this sort of burgundy. But I just got nearish and just did that one. So there's that book. It is it's by Snickerdoodling. Now she's on Instagram, so you can go and have a look at her pictures and books and things. This is Lighthearted Mandalas to go, but she has a Lighthearted Mandalas. She has there's a one with hearts, which sort of Valentine's-y themed. I have a feeling she has some free Halloween downloads as well. I hope I'm not just making that up. It's worth following her. I don't know if it's in here. Here it is. So she's Snickerdoodling LLC on both Facebook and Instagram. So you can find her there and see. She sort of shows different pictures from her books and shares images and different things like that, and so you can find out, because this book is really small. Well, you can see that's the colour cube card. What else have we got here? We've got a Johanna Basford planner. Hang on. That's a Johanna Basford planner. Yeah, so you can see how small it is, which is nice. It's nice to have a little pocket-sized edition. Yeah, nice. And so I'd show you the card. If you don't own the cards, you've got no idea what that means. Here's a pen. That might help. It's about the length of a pen. So it's a nice little pocket-sized one. It says it's travel sized. She does do larger size as well, so you can pick what you like. But there we go. So yeah, I find them. I love using colour cube cards for mandalas. I find them hard to use for actual pictures, but I really enjoy using them for mandalas. It's sort of why I got them, really, partly to show you and that sort of thing. But there we go, that's that one. All the links you need, I'll put a link for the colour cue cards in the description. It's not an affiliate link or anything, I don't have that, but it'll make it easier for you to find them. I will put a link to this book as well, so you can find that. Won't put links to all the pencils, there's too many different brands, but there you are. So I thought it would be nice to show you that one, just a short video really, because it is just a little book, but and you can see it's got a little bit battered, but it's a year old, so it's done pretty well for that. And as I say, it's an Amazon printed book, this one printed in this country, but I suppose, just before I go, disclaimer, she did send this to me for free to review and to use, so I better just be fully clear on that. And the links to her book will be my affiliate links, but there we go. But I did enjoy it. I don't make things up. It was fun. I wouldn't have finished it if I hadn't enjoyed it. I wouldn't have done it, you know. I would have just put it aside, and like I have to say, with some books I've been sent, I haven't finished them. I sort of there's only a few pictures I like, sadly, but a lot of books that isn't the case for, and usually it isn't. But there we go. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a really super day, and happy colouring.